At the end of the workbook, I share my 3 favorite resources for additional reading for couples. There are so many great resources out there. These are my 3 favorites. So, first one, The Man's Guide to Women. If you are a guy who is about to get married or in a really committed relationship and wants to be a really great partner and have some insights into just kind of what your partner might need, this is a really, really, really great book. It's required reading for the boys at my house. The Gottmans, also, they've written many books, but another one that's worth looking at is called Why Marriages Succeed and Fail and How You Can Make Yours Work. If you come from maybe a broken home or a home where there's divorce or abuse and you're very concerned about making sure you get started on the right foot and are committed to being a good partner, that is also a really great book to read with your partner so you can really understand each other well. It goes very, very, very in depth into healthy relationships, the science behind them, and questions you can ask each other to improve your relationship. My workbook is kind of the Reader's Digest of that for Latter-day Saints. It's excellent as well. But this is for the guys in your life who want to be good husbands and good partners. This book was recommended to me many years ago, and I feel like it should be a yearly read for couples. You can read it together, you can each read it individually and get your own takeaways, but it just reviews the importance of covenant relationships. Even though the man who wrote this is not a member of our faith, he's a really good Christian leader of another faith, and he has some really great resources and ideas and perspectives on just what it means to be in a committed, loving relationship and how to have the right perspective going into your marriage and throughout your marriage so that you're seeing things clearly and you're loving in a way that brings you both closer to the Savior and both closer to each other. This one is excellent. I try to read this one once a year just as a refresher to keep my focus on what matters most and to just help remind me of all the things I love about my husband and how I can show love to him. So this is great for husbands, this is great for wives, this is great for couples. I highly, highly recommend it. It's called Cherish by Gary Thomas. And to round us out, I read through many, many, many books about intimacy to try and find a resource for my kids, because if you're getting married and you've never had sex before and you don't really know what you're doing, it can feel a little bit overwhelming, scary, a little scary, mostly exciting, but you feel like you don't know really what you're doing. Obviously, pornography throws crazy spins on things that are not based on reality, and so if you've struggled with that too, it can really set you up with some really bad ideas that you think are good but are not. So this book is called And It Was Very Good, A Latter-day Saint Guides to Lovemaking by Earthly Parents. This is just a really great book to read before your wedding night. I imagine it's written by 2 very faithful members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who also have a very healthy sex life. I learned things even after being married, for nearly 20 years when I read this for the first time. And while I'm not like, oh, I'm comfortable with everything in here, it was the most in line with what I believe and most in line with just a respectful, loving perspective on how to build a very healthy sexual relationship if you're new to it and you want to make it a priority in your marriage and you're committed to making it be an enjoyable experience for both of you. So you could read this together on your honeymoon after you get married, or you could peruse it individually before to kind of help you be thinking about what you might be comfortable with and what you are not, so you can have those discussions. This is a really great resource. And I love that it's written for members of our faith and by members of our faith. So it just it just really rang true, and I can't recommend this one enough.